Welcome to RPG TV, where Red Pill meets gaming. I'm your host, RPG. But before we get to the games, let's get into this game. So, Don Lemon steps down as host for New York City event amid misogyny backlash. Let's see what it says here. Don Lemon seems to be trying to push himself out of the limelight amid all the anger pointed his way because TMZ has learned he's backed out of upcoming event. He was set to moderate. Don was scheduled to host the event in New York City Tuesday, all about race and real estate in honor of Black History Month. TMZ has learned Don stepped away from the gig, making the decision not long after facing serious backlash for last week's misogynistic comments about Nikki Haley. We're told Don was worried about his current news coverage overtaking the event, and our sources tell us event coordinators at Douglas Elliman agreed, so he bowed out. We've learned he's been replaced by real estate broker John Gomes, who works for Elliman. The event will go on as scheduled. Let's see what he said that was so misogynistic.
This whole talk about age makes me uncomfortable. I think it's the wrong road to go down. She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40s.
What are you talking? Wait.
That's not according to me.
Prime for what?
It depends. I mean, it's just like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when is a woman in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s. I don't necessarily.
40s. Oh, I got another.
I'm not saying
decade.
I agree with that.
See, she
so I think she has to be careful about saying that politicians aren't in their prime.
We need to qualify. Are you talking about prime for like childbearing, or are you talking about?
I do agree. Whether they're you got to distinguish what you mean by prime, because you could be talking about a woman's prime in child rearing or giving birth. You could be talking about your prime in into her intellectual prime or sexual prime. So I think he should have clarified. You could see he buckled a little bit under pressure but you clearly see the shorty over there on the left is triggered though.
I'm just saying
president.
What the facts are. Google it. Everybody at home. When is a woman in her prime? It says 20s, 30s, and 40s. And I'm just saying Nikki Haley should be careful about saying that politicians are not in their prime and they need to be in their prime when they serve, because she wouldn't be in her prime according to
Google.
Google or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think he got himself hung up on that one. He should have clarified what you mean by prime, man. Sexual prime. We know that what they say, most women are in their sexual peak at 30 and 40. That's a strange time to be in your sexual peak. Considering don't nobody want to. Keep that comment to myself. What did Patrice say about a woman's sexual peak or prime? Let's see what he said about that.
You get hornier as you get older. It's weird. You want to do all your sexing between the ages of 30 and 50. That's when you want it. But here's how sad things are. The value of vagina is only good from 18 to 29.
Well, that's what Patrice got to say about that. Another thing I noticed, man, we throw around the term misogynistic or misogyny. We throw that term around so loosely today. Every time you turn around, misogyny, blah 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 blah. However, let's do this. How about we look up the word misogyny? Because I'm pretty sure guys out there probably been called misogynist and probably don't even know what the fucking word means. Okay, so according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, it says misogyny, noun, hatred of, aversion to, or prejudice against women, a culture that promotes violence and misogyny. So now we have a literal definition: the aversion to, hatred of, or prejudice against women. Some of you idiots out there probably been called a misogynist before and don't even know what the hell it means. Chicks, your girlfriend probably called you this shit. You're a misogynist. Nice try. Went to school for criminal justice. I didn't want to spend my time massaging people all day. Anywho, so if you tuned into my podcast, you know that I had a segment that I talked about relating to chicks and guns and them arming themselves because it could be a dangerous place for a young lady and things like that. So I ran into a video clip that's gone viral. Uh, let's see if I can find it, of a young lady in her gym being attacked by this old childish Gambino looking motherfucker. Let's play this. As you can see, she's sitting there just working out, and I think this woman was she said she was a bodybuilder of some sort. She was at this gym in her apartment complex. She figured some regular dude trying to come in, work out. Little did she know, he had other plans. Gotta protect yourself out there, ladies. Gotta protect yourself out there. Like I said, I'm a big proponent of women arming themselves. And she was at an apartment complex, you know what I'm saying? So she could have had her firearm on her or anything, you know what I'm saying? But I guess she figured that he was just a regular guy coming in to work out like any other time. So, yeah, thank goodness she survived that situation, and that guy didn't go any further than what he did. She fought him off pretty well, but golly, have to be careful. And by the way, there's a lot of videos surfacing on TikTok where girls are at the gym, kind of, just picking out a guy who may glance at her a few times or whatever, and then calls him out as being a creep or some sort of predator, But that's just for likes, clicks, and all of that shit. But that situation right there was very serious. So that's a situation that, and as you can see, she wasn't even recording. That was CCTV footage. So, the real stories go undocumented, unreported. So all these chicks out here farming and baiting guys into looking like creeps. That was a real situation. So, stop crying wolf. If ain't nothing happening for real, don't just be out there trying to get views and shit like that. Because there's women out here that really go through it, as y'all saw there. Now, I've asked this question before. At what age is a woman responsible for her own actions? I know y'all probably heard this clip of Nia Long talking about she dated a guy that was 30 while she was in high school.
Ever went to prom. Like, my boyfriend was 30 when I was in high school. I know my mother was crazy, but you know what? I would never ever I mean that in a good way. Like, she was an artist. She was like, well, if that's who you love, baby. And he was so good to me and kind and like, you right? And he did it the right way. He went to her, he was from Oman. He went to her and he said, I love your daughter and I want to date your daughter. And he asked permission. Look at your face. You're like, that ain't happening with my baby. But you know what he taught me? Because he owned a hair salon. He taught me how to do my own hair and makeup.
Really?
So I got that. I wasn't the girl.
All right, so you heard it, man. Wow. In high school, I said it before. I said it before. When I was in high school, I heard chicks all the time talk about dating some guy her age. What could he do for her and all of this nonsense? Didn't make no sense to me, but apparently it's the thing that women do. She just said she was in high school dating a 30-year-old. That's a big age gap. Now, I know a lot of red pillers like to say, well, she was in her prime and he was in his prime. Yeah, that's true, but it's different if it was, if it's close to home, it's your daughter and shit like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I want. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. If, maybe it's just me. I don't. I can't rock with the. Maybe like I think of myself now in my 30s and what I look like dating a chick that's still in high school. Like, I don't know. That's just. I don't know. I guess I kind of side with women on it. It seems a little. Seems a little predatory. I don't want to. I don't just want to throw that word out there like that. But that's strange. But once again, you know, on a woman's side, they say, well, he seems like a predator. But you got to also ask yourself, if a man is in his prime, in his 30s, financially, would it not be, and once again, I've said it before, women always say, what can a guy my age do for me when they're young? So is it not also predatory if she's seeking an older guy to take advantage of? And I mean, let's be honest. Chicks can't take advantage of dudes emotionally. Like you know, you got your little fine little something. She manipulating you, thinking. I mean, there's something called sugar babies, and I've heard several cases where a chick is finessing the dude out of his money and ain't giving him nothing in return. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting a box, he ain't getting no top, he ain't getting none of that, but she getting all the benefits of his hard work. You know what I'm saying? So I guess the whole predatory thing is a two-way street. You know, at what age is a woman responsible for her own actions? I mean, she 18 years old. I'm assuming she's 18. Hopefully she's, because she just said high school. I'm assuming 18. You know, senior, about to graduate. Because I don't know, man. That's just a little risky. I don't. You know, I know a woman is in her prime years of fertility between the ages of 18 and 20 something, but I don't know if you gotta be careful with that teen word at the end of her age. You know what I'm saying? Like that, or in the beginning, that teen. That's just a little sketch, man. I wouldn't advocate that. But anywho, man, I guess that's been my show for today. I've been RPG. Till next time.
I give you big vibes like I'm supposed to. I nail you down to the cross, bet you don't move. I pin you down to the bed.